So, what do you think about people playing double kick with 2 kick drums rather than just a double pedal?
With 2 actual kick drums? Huh. Yeah, I think there's the aesthetic part of it, first of all. I think it does look cool in an old school metal way, right? I mean, if you went to see the right band, I would love to see 2 kick drums on stage. But yeah, would we go see that band? I don't know.
Well, no, I haven't thought about that too.
Okay.
Because Matt Greiner, I know, did this.
He played with 2 kicks?
Still does it.
Really?
Where one of them is a dummy. It's not really used.
Oh.
He just has a double kick pedal and it's just for show.
Yeah.
Glenn Sobel does the same thing.
Yeah.
Where he's got an internally mic'd kick drum and then the other one is just a dummy.
It's a dummy kick.
So,
Man, that's a lot of space for nothing. That's
full
so
aesthetics.
Well, and you know what's funny is guitar players actually are the most guilty of that.
Oh, yeah.
They'll do like a wall of amplifiers.
Wall of stacks, and it's just one
stacks.
that's mic'd.
Yeah, it's just one with a microphone at the bottom, and all the rest of them are empty. They're like cardboard boxes, like spray painted black. Yeah. I don't mind that necessarily. With drums, though, it's a little more of like the real estate that you have to work with is pretty important. So I can't imagine just putting a second kick drum that I'm not actually using. I think I do wonder, I've never ran a test like this, but I do wonder in a studio environment if you were to have a double bass pedal and you recorded like, let's say, a metal track, obviously, and then you had the same setup except it wasn't a double pedal, but it was 2 separate kick drums. Is there any type of sonic difference? Is there any reason within the domain of audio that would make you want to do that? I would think, one, you're not going to stereo pan them. You're not going to do like one kick drum to the left and one to the right, right? That seems like a bad idea for mixing. Like double bass would be like, you know, like panned left and right. That seems like wobbly in a very uncomfortable way. You would want your kick very centered. So you wouldn't do that. I guess you could also run the risk if you had 2 separate bass drums in a recording environment that if they're not mic'd exactly the same, then you have 2 different bass drum sounds, which is a big problem, right? They have to sound exactly the same. I
think it might be that like if you have one kick with a double kick pedal, that it can sound kind of mushy and not as separated, kind of like strokes with sticks. Like
you see, and I had that thought too initially, but then that is not how we think about toms. Like, you wouldn't say that about toms. Though, admittedly, like a giant floor tom with really quick single strokes, it does get muddy, right? You can't hear all that articulation. But kick drums have a bit more slap to them than a floor tom does, right? Maybe it depends on the kick drum sound. If you have a super vintage kick drum sound, but then you're not playing double bass, right? Like the articulation comes in when you start speeding up and playing double bass, right? Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to ghost the double bass drum thing, man. I really just can't think of an example where it's like in your favor to do that unless you're just super into the aesthetics, in which case, rock out, I guess, it doesn't bother me. But yeah, for me personally, I think for a huge majority of people, no, you do not need 2 bass drums. I'm gonna ghost that one. Thank you for watching this clip from the Orlando Drummer Podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're looking for more content like this, ranging from masterclasses to in-depth courses to rudiments, grooves, fills, interviews with pro drummers, everything you can imagine, I've got all of that waiting for you at the link in the description. Click on orlandodrummer.com and start your free 7-day trial to see what's inside. I promise you will find something you like, and I will see you guys there.